A very good evening to one and all. Hope you are able to hear me. Please use the chat box for the communication. Please turn off your videos. Yeah, fine, guys. So fine. So, guys, I already shared you that link for accessing the class notes in the GitHub. Okay, over the chat. Okay, I'm just sharing you again as well. You can access the class notes from the GitHub on the daily basis, case. And videos you are getting an access through Ashok IT portal. So just verify that one. Okay. Yeah, you are not going to get any backup videos through the email. So like if you are already registered with the full stack Java course, Java full stack course, then you are able to access the videos through the portal, sir, through the Ashok IT portal. Just verify that one. Otherwise, if you are not able to view the backup videos means you can check with an admin team or else you can drop an email to the admin team to provide an access for the videos. Okay. Yeah. That is what the things are, sir, with respect to the class notes and with respect to the video access. Okay. Yes. Let us start for our today's discussion. So as part of our yesterday's discussion, so we just identified what is the importance of an SQL commands and the SQL statements, sir. SQL commands are nothing but the SQL statements, or we can say it as an SQL queries, sir. So basically the statement representing what? Performing a particular task, or we can say the statement is another group of predefined words. That is called the statement, sir. Okay, for example, the for example of an SQL statement is what? Select star from EMP, sir. As I already told you on yesterday, every SQL statement must be terminated with a semicolon. Okay, so this is what like as in the group of words, guys, group of words which performs like as in the particular task. That is called SQL statements, sir. Okay, so basically SQL commands or SQL statements are categorized into 5 levels. Okay, one is data DDL commands or DDL statements. Okay, and the second one is what? DML commands or DML statements, sir. Okay, DML commands or the DML statements. Okay, and then DCL commands or the DCL statements. And the fourth one is DRL commands or DRL statements. And the fifth category is transaction control TCL commands or TCL statements. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, and as part of our today's discussion, so we will be the deep dive into the each category of commands, sir, with respect to the syntaxes and with the hands-on part as well. Okay. So if you guys remember correctly on yesterday's discussion, so in the data definition language, okay, or the DDL commands, okay, or the DDL commands, okay, or the DDL commands, guys. Okay, okay, or the DDL commands always deals with what? The structure of the database objects, sir. Sir, can you please confirm over the chat what are the database objects? What are the database objects are there in Oracle? What are the database objects are there in the Oracle? Can you guys please confirm over the chat? Table views. Okay. So table views. Okay. Table views, sequences, indexes. Okay. So stored procedures, stored functions, and all these are nothing but the database objects, sir. I got only the response from the one, sir, out of 100 plus students. Okay. What about remaining guys? What are the database objects, sir? What are the different database objects are there in Oracle? Out of like 120 students, I got only the response from one. Table views, as I already told you guys, database objects are nothing but an tables, views, sequences, indexes. Okay, see here, guys. Okay, so the one of the most important point, sir. This is the most important point. Okay, the database objects in the Oracle are Oracle is nothing but an what? First one is tables. Okay, views, sequences. Okay, indexes. Okay, then stored procedures. Okay, stored procedures, and then stored functions. Okay, etc. All these are nothing but on the database objects, sir. Okay, so all these are nothing but on the database objects. Understand? Understand? Yes. Okay, so by using like as in the DDL commands, what we can do, sir, we can create like as in the we can create or we can modify or we can drop the structure of any database object, sir. You can create a table, you can create a view, you can create an index, you can create a stored procedure, you can create a stored function. Okay, so using like as in the DDL commands, you can create any database object and you can modify the any database object. Okay, and you can drop that any database object as well, sir. So what are the best example for the DDL commands? What are the DDL commands, sir? Create. Create is meant for what? Create command is meant for what? Creating any database object. Alter is meant for what? Just for modifying the structure of an any database object, sir. And drop is meant for what? Just deleting the everything, deleting the structure, everything from the database. That is called drop. So truncate is meant for what? Just deleting the data from the table, not structure. Okay. Yes. So these are all nothing but the DDL commands, sir. Okay. When it comes for the DML commands always focusing on what? Just for storing. Just for storing the data into the database objects, sir. Okay. Storing the data into the database objects, sir. We can store some data into the table. We can store some data. We can store some data into the table. We can store some the data into the view. Okay, so that we can do with the help of DML commands. Okay, we can insert the data into the database. Okay, you can create a new data in the database by using insert command. You can modify the data. You can modify the data of the database by using what? Update command. You can delete the data from the database by using what? Delete command, sir. These are the three DML commands with respect to what? These are the three DML commands, sir. These are the three DML commands such as insert, update, and delete, sir. Okay. So the third category of the statements are nothing but what? Data control language commands, sir. DCL commands or DCL statement. So these commands always deals with what? Permission. These commands are just deals with what, sir? The permissions and giving the permissions to the users and revoking the permissions from the users as well. Okay, and the DCL commands are nothing but what? So DCL commands are purely used for what? DBA persons, sir. What do you mean by DBA person, sir? The person who the person who manages the DB activities. Such a person we can call it as an what? DBA person, sir. Every company will have like as an at least one DBA administrator for performing the DB activities, sir. Okay, so DCL commands are mainly used for what? Revoking means just taking out the permissions for an user. Okay, just for revoking means nothing but taking out from the taking out from the permissions from an user, sir, which you have given. Okay, yes, DCL commands are mainly used for DBA people, sir. And the DCL commands are meant for what? Grant and revoke. Grant command is nothing but just giving a permissions to the user for creating any database object. Okay, not at all creating, sir. If you want to perform any kind of any kind of an operation on the database objects, such as for creating, modification, update, modification, deleting, dropping, such a things, you can give that permissions by using what? Grant command, sir. And revoke means it's nothing but getting out from the permissions for an user by using the revoke. Okay, we will see like as in the syntaxes of all these things, sir. Save point will comes under as an TCL, sir. TCL. Okay, yeah, DRL, sir. DRL is nothing but an what? DRL, data retrieval language commands, sir. Data retrieval language commands or DRL statements. DRL statements always deals with what, sir? Retrieving the data from the database objects, sir. Okay, retrieving the data from the database object. The best example for the DRL command is nothing but an what? Select command, sir. Select, which is used for just selecting the data from the database. Okay, selecting the data from the database case. That's all. Okay, and whereas the transaction control commands, sir. Okay, to try to in order to get like as in the in order to handle like as in the transaction management over the database, so we need to have like as in the some commands, sir, such as nothing but an commit, rollback, and the save point as well. Okay, save point as well. This will comes under what? TCL commands, sir. TCL commands, TCL transaction control language, sir. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. Okay, so as part of our today's session, we will see, we will we will be the understanding with what? Deep dive into the each and every command with respect to this categories, sir. Okay, so now tell me, in order to perform some in order to perform some activity on the database, definitely you need to have one database object or not? Come on, guys. In order to perform some activity on the database, definitely we require to have at least one database object or not, sir? Yes. So that database object I'm going to pick here as an what? Table, sir. Table is a database object or not, sir? Okay. Table is nothing but on the database object or not? Okay, database object or not, sir? Table is nothing but an what? A database object, sir. So we will see how to create a table. Okay, we will see like as in how to create a table in the database and how to insert the data into the table into the database and how to select the table from the database case. Okay, so tell me, sir, to create a structure of an the table, which type, which command will be which commands are useful for us to create? Come on, guys. To create a database object of an the table, database object of an the table. Okay, so we need to use what? DDL command of need to use like what? The DDL command of what? Create, sir. Okay, so we are going to use like as in what? Create command, sir. Okay, yes. After creating the database object of an the table in the database, so what we have to do, sir? We need to insert some data into the database or not? We need to insert some data into the database or not? Okay, after creating the database object of an the table in the database. Okay, so as a as a user, as a programmer, we need to insert some data. We need to insert data into the table, sir. Into the table. What commands we need to use, sir? Then we need to use what commands? Then we need to use what commands? Then we need to use like as in what command, sir? DML command, sir. So one of the DML command. So what is that, sir? DML command. What is the command we need to use? Insert. Insert. That is insert, sir. Understand, sir? Insert. Okay. Yes. Okay. After inserting the data. Okay. After inserting the data into the database. Okay. So as a programmer, okay, as a programmer, we need to validate the information. Okay, we need to validate the information. We need to validate the information by using the one command, sir. By using like as in the by using what command, sir? DRL command, sir. By using what? DRL command. Okay, what is the DRL command? That is nothing but on the select. Okay, hope you guys are comfortable how we are going to create a database object of in the table in the database, and how we are going to which command is helpful for inserting the data into the database object. Okay, and how we are selecting the data from the database object as well. Hope you guys are comfortable or not. I just need confirmations from non-IT people, sir, what we are going to do as part of our today's session. So we are just trying to create a one database object called table, sir. Okay. In order to create the database object of a table in the Oracle database, we need to use DDL command called what? Create command. Okay. After creating the database object in the database object of in the table in the database, as a programmer, as a programmer, we need to insert some data. We need to insert some data into the database table, sir. Then we need to use one of the command called what? DML command. Okay. That is called insert, sir. After inserting the data into the database, as a programmer, we need to validate that information by using what command, sir? DRL command, that is select, sir. Okay. Yes. Let us understand the syntax wise for these three commands, sir. Okay. Let us understand the syntax wise for these three commands. Okay. Yeah. See here, sir. Syntax for, okay. Syntax for, okay. So the example, sir. Okay. Example. Create a, our query is what? So just for example, sir. Okay. Nothing but an creating the sample, creating like as in the sample database table, sir. Okay. Sample database table as below. Creating the sample database table, sir. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Write a query. Okay. Write a query for creating the database table of the customer's information, sir. Okay. With the following fields. Okay. With the following fields, sir. So means we need to write a SQL query. We need to write a SQL query for creating the database table with the name of what? Customers, sir. Customers database table of customers information with the following fields, sir. What is that? The first one, sir. The first field we require to have what? Customer ID, and then customer name, and then customer location. Okay. And gender of the customer name, or we can say it as in what? Gender or customer location, sir. Understand, sir? These are the four the fields of the customer, sir. Hope you guys got the clarity. We need to create like as in the database table. Yeah, you can, sir. Anything you can add it, sir. As of now, for the time being, I just added this much information is enough for us. Okay, for creating a sample database. Okay, so we need to create a database table with the name called what? Customers, sir. Okay, yes, we need to create like as in the database table with the name called what? Customers, and we require to have to maintain what? The following fields. What are those fields? What are those fields, guys? What are those fields? Customer ID, customer name, customer gender of the customer. Okay, okay, gender of the customer, and then what? And then what? Age of the customer. Okay, customer ID. Okay, this is what the first column, and the second column is customer name. The third column is what? Age of the gender of the customer. Okay, and then age of the customer. Okay, and then what? Customer location as well, or we can say it as in what? Simply make it as in location, sir. That's all, sir. These are the fields which we need to create under the table, sir. Hope you guys got the clarity or not. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So see here, sir. What is our business rules is, so we need to understand some of the business rules, sir. Okay, we need to understand like as in the sum of the business rules. So as a customer ID, okay, as a customer ID, as per my business, 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 Okay. Yeah. So as per my business, I have some sort of conditions, sir. As per my business, I have some business conditions. So as a customer ID, by seeing this field, okay, customer ID may be an in the form of what? Numbers. Some organizations are maintaining some organizations are maintaining as in the numbers. Some organizations are maintaining the customer IDs as in what? Alphanumeric as well. Correct or not, sir? Okay. So, but for this, the time being, we will be the considering my business rule of the customer ID as in what? Okay. Only numbers, sir. Okay. Only numbers we have to allow. Okay. As a customer name, as a customer name, okay. As a customer name, sir. As a customer name, okay. It is nothing but an what? Names means nothing but it's nothing but an the name, right? So it is nothing but an the group of characters, right or not, sir? Name is nothing but an what? Mahesh. Mahesh means it's nothing but an a group of characters. That group of characters are nothing but an what? Strings, sir. Okay. So we need to represent the customer name as an what? Strings. Or we can say what? Strings, sir. Strings, sir. And when it comes for on the gender, either I would like to store some value of and the gender as an what? Male or female. This is the value, sir. So definitely the gender value should be what? String type only, sir. Okay. And again, the age will be what? Only numbers. Okay. Only numbers. Only numbers, sir. And the location is nothing but an what? String type, sir. Okay. String means what, sir? Group of characters, sir. String means what? A group of characters. Okay. So see, sir, this is what my business rule. Customer ID column contains only number values. Customer name column contains only characters, group of characters. Gender is also nothing but in a group of characters. And age is also nothing but in what? Age contains what? Only numbers. And the location is also nothing but in a group of characters called string, sir. Understand, sir? This is what this is what yes, sir, we will, sir. As of now, for the time being, we are going to just creating a sample database. Okay. So we will talk about where exactly which data type will take here. Okay. For the time being, just we are going to take, sir. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. This is what my business rules are. These are nothing but my business rules. Okay. So in order to create a, okay. in order in order to create the database, in order to create like as in the database table, okay, database table. So we will use the ddl command. We will use like as in the ddl command of what? Create, sir. Okay, we will use like as in the command called what? Create. Okay, so we will use like as in the command called create, and and observe the syntax below as well. Okay, and observe the syntax as below. Okay. Yes. So how can we create like as in the database table? That is what the things are. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now we will see how to create a database table and what would be the syntax for creating the table as well, sir. Understand, sir? So see, sir. Understand. So create command, create and you need to specify the database object, which database object you wanted to create. Okay. As of now, for our requirement, we need to create a table object. That's why I'm going to use like as an what? Table name. Okay. That's why I'm going to use as an what? A table, sir. This is nothing but in the name of the object you are going to create. So create command. So this create command is used for several, this create command is used for creating the several database objects. So out of that, I'm just decided to create as in the one of the database object called what? Table, sir. Okay. Create a table and then followed by what? Table name, sir. Okay. Table name always going to be an what? User defined name, sir. Okay. Table name always going to be an what? The user defined name. As per your business requirement, you just need to follow the proper naming convention for your table. Okay. Yes. And then followed by what? And followed by the columns you need to mention, sir, here. Okay. Then first column, sir. So that is a column name. Okay. Column name 1. Okay. One table contains what? One table will contains what? Number of columns, sir. Okay. So the column name, sir. This is nothing but the column name, sir. Column name for first column, sir. Okay. And then followed by what? Data type of the column. Okay. You just mention like as in what? The data type of the column, sir. Okay. Okay. So the first one is what? Column 1 and the respective the data types are you need to use. Okay. And then followed by what? Another type, another one called what? See, sir, this is what the things. Okay. Create command opening and closing, sir. And then followed by what? Another column, sir. Another column. What is it? The column, sir? That is the second column, sir. Second column. Second column. The second column name and the respective the data type and so on. So on. Based on your business requirement, those many number of columns you can create it, sir, by using comma separated. Understand, guys? Based on your business requirement, you can create as many as number of columns for you. Understand, guys? As many as number of columns you can create under the table, sir. Okay. So it is nothing but a column n and nothing but an what respective the data type of that column n, sir. Clear? This is how you need to follow the syntax for creating the database object, guys. Understand? This is what you need to follow, what? Creating the database object. Clear? Clear, guys? Everyone? Yeah, I will tell you, sir. I will tell you what are the naming conventions we need to follow for a table name and the column names, sir. Okay. If you guys wanted to follow, if you guys wanted to define any column name or the what are the things we need to follow, that is what I'm going to show you. Just a minute. Okay. So okay. So the point here. So note, sir. Note. Okay. So note. Okay. So the naming conventions, okay, naming conventions, okay, naming conventions need to be follow for what? Table name, okay, the table name for need to be an naming conventions to be followed for any name, sir, any name in Oracle database. Okay, this is what the important point is. So naming conventions need to be followed for any name in the Oracle database, sir. That may be on the table name or the view name or the column name. Okay, column name. So column name, everything, sir. Sir, angular brackets represents nothing but an what? The name of the column, sir. You are going to define the name of the column for this entire angular brackets. Okay, and this is nothing but an what? Data type, sir. Data type. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, as I told you, sir, Satvik, SQL is a case insensitive language. Why we need to follow the naming conventions? Naming conventions means, see, you are talking about case sensitive means whether you can write like as in the uppercase letters or lowercase letters, but you have to follow some syntax, right? For writing the commands. That is what the things are, the naming conventions. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. The first thumb rule, sir. Okay. The first thumb rule. Okay. So every name, every name in the database, every name in the database, okay, every name in the database must begins with alphabet, sir. Must begins with what? Alphabet. Understand, sir? Must begin with what? Alphabet, sir. Okay, every name in the database that may be on the table name or column name or view name or sequence name or stored procedure name or a stored function name, any name in the database must begin with what? Alphabet, sir. Okay, must begin with what? Alphabet. And so the second point, sir, the second thumb rule is, so we need to follow the mentioned character set, sir. We need to follow like as in the what? Mentioned char set. Okay, char set. That is nothing but an either you need to use a small a to z. Okay, you need to use like as in the small a to z or capital A to Z, and you can use a number called 0 to 9. Okay, 0 to 9, and you can use like as the special symbols like what? At the rate, dollar, okay, at the rate, dollar, hash symbol, okay, and then what? Underscore as well. Understand, guys? Underscore as well, sir. This is nothing but not a hyphen, sir. Hyphen is somewhat differs from underscore. Okay, so these are the char set we need to follow when you are defining the names. Okay, when you are defining the names in the Oracle database, this is what like as in the char set you need to follow. Your name should have to be an include either small a to small z or capital A to capital Z or 0 to 9 digits. And you can use the special symbols like 4 special symbols such as at the rate symbol, dollar symbol, hash symbol, and underscore symbol, sir. Okay, understand? And so names are not a case sensitive, sir. Okay. In SQL, names are not a case not a case sensitive, sir. Okay, not a case sensitive. Understand, guys? Names are nothing but an what? Not a case sensitive, sir. Understand? Names are not a case sensitive. Okay, that is the third thumb rule. Okay, names are not case sensitive, sir, and you cannot use the predefined words. Predefined keywords are not allowed, sir. Okay, so the predefined keywords are not allowed here. Okay, as names. Okay, table is the one predefined word, sir. You cannot use that. You cannot use this name as an what? Table, sir. Predefined. Table is the predefined. View is the predefined. Sequence is predefined. Okay, procedure is predefined. Function is predefined. You cannot use this predefined words as an what? Names. That is what the one other thumb rule you need to keep in mind, sir. Okay, so blank spaces within the names are also not allowed, sir. Okay, what is the fifth thumb rule, guys? You need to keep in mind. So blank spaces. Okay, blank. Okay, blank spaces are also not allowed. Okay, not allowed in the names. So these are the 5 thumb rules you need to keep in mind when you are creating some name in the Oracle database case. Understand? Okay. Yeah, I already listed the things, sir. I already listed the things. Every name in the database must begins with an alphabet, and we need to follow the mentioned char sets only for the names. That is capital A to capital A to Z, small alphabets and small alphabets and capital alphabets and number digits such as 0 to 9, special symbols like 4 symbols, sir. Okay, and the names are not a case sensitive, and you cannot use the predefined keywords are not allowed here. Okay, and blank spaces are also not allowed in the names. Hope you guys are comfortable so far, the 5 rules. Okay, so you just need to mention this, you just need to keep in mind for these 5 rules when you are defining the name of the table or column name as well. Understand? Yeah, what are the, sir Raju, what are the keywords or reserved words? And keywords are the same. Sir, keywords or reserved words both are one and same, sir. Like keywords are nothing but on the keywords which you are not. the keywords. Create is the one predefined keyword. Table is the one predefined keyword. Okay. As I told you, all the predefined keywords you cannot use as in the names. Yes, sir. You cannot use, Renuka, you cannot use the number here at the beginning of the name. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fine. This is what the things, sir. Okay. Yes. Okay, then fine, sir. Okay. Let us go with what? Sir, lot of predefined keywords are there, sir. Okay. So okay, totally like there are the 44 keywords, sir. Totally there are the 44 keywords are there in SQL. Okay, there are the totally like as in the 44 keywords are there in SQL, sir. Okay, 44 keywords, sir. 44 the keywords are there in SQL. Okay, such as create, select, okay, update, delete, okay, procedure. Okay, we are going to use all of these things, sir. Okay. Yes, totally. There are 44 keywords are there in SQL, sir. Okay. Yes. No, sir. Naming conventions are not same as on the Java, sir. Okay. So naming conventions are not same as on the Java. You just need to follow these things. Okay. In Java, there isn't the possibility to define the variable name with a number as once, right? But in the database, you cannot. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay. Let us see, sir. So the query for what is that one, sir? The query for creating the database table, sir. Query for what? Creating the database table. Okay. Observe carefully, sir. Observe carefully. Okay. Yeah. So create a table. Okay. Table name. My table name is what? Something about Ashok, or we can go with what? Demo underscore customers, sir. Okay. My table name is what? Demo underscore customers. Okay, demo underscore customers, sir. This is what my table name, sir. Okay. Yes. So this is a create a table begins, and this is nothing but an what? Create a table ending, sir. Okay. Create a table begins and create a table ending, sir. This is nothing but an create a table ending, sir. Okay. What is the first one, sir? Customer ID, sir. Customer underscore ID, sir. So customer ID column contains what type of values, sir? Only numbers or characters or alphanumerics? Customer ID contains only numbers or characters or alphanumeric numbers only. Okay. If that particular column is taking only the numbers, means Oracle uses like as on the one data type called what? Number data type, sir. Okay. If you define the data type of a particular column as in the number, means it will take database engine will take only the number values for this column, sir. Okay. That is what the customer ID, sir. Okay, what is another column, sir? When you define the data type as in the number, means that particular column will take only numbers, sir. Okay. And another one, sir. Another column is what? Customer name, sir. Okay. So customer name, sir. Customer name is nothing but an what? A group of characters. Okay. A group of characters, sir. A group of characters. You can take as in the what? Okay. You can take like as in the char data type, or you can take as in what? Varchar as well, sir. Okay. So varchar of what? I'm just defining the customer name with the minimum of 50 characters, sir. Okay. I can store only 50 characters of the customer name, sir. If it is exceeding more than 50 characters of the customer name, means database engine will throw an error, sir. Understand, sir? Database engine will throw an error, sir. Okay. So varchar. So there is the varchar having the capability to hold the characters as well as alphanumerics as well. Understand? In database, in Oracle database, okay, we can varchar data type can support to hold what? either characters or alphanumeric characters as well. Okay, so customer name is a string type, sir. How many characters it is going to allow? Only 50 characters, sir. Okay, if you are storing more than 50th character means then the database engine will throw an error, sir. Okay, yes. Yes, sir. Data types we are going to talk in the next session, sir. Okay, for the time being, you just need to focus on what? Creating the database table. Okay, then what is the next one, sir? It's a gender, sir. Gender is also what? Varchar of. So male means how many characters? 4 characters. Female means what? 6 characters. Okay, so if you are going to get like as in any other type of gender as in the transgender, so which will contains how many words? How many words? Okay, so I'm going to define that the gender for the whether the possible values of the gender are nothing but on what? Male or female or transgender, right? These are the possible values. I'm going to define as in the varchar of what? 15 characters, sir. Up to 15 characters I can store. If I'm storing more than 15, then it will throw an error, sir. Okay, yes, fine, sir. Okay, fine. Okay, what is the other column, sir? That is age, sir. Okay, age, sir. Okay, age is also the number data type. Number. Okay, and then what location, sir? That is varchar of 50 characters, I can say. Okay, this is what the structure. This is what how you are going to create a table in the database, sir. Okay, customer name. So this is customer ID is column name and number is nothing but on the data type, which can allow only the number values in this particular column. Okay, customer name is another column name. The another column name which contains the data of what? Numeric. So which contains what? A group of characters. Up to 50 characters I can store into the customer name. If I'm storing like more than 50 characters, then it will give you an error. Okay. Yes. Sir, varchar means variable. It's a variable length character, sir. Okay, variable length character. Okay, it can store up to 50 characters. Okay, yeah. Gender is also a nothing but an either male or female or transgender, right? So which will contains like 15 characters or max of 15 characters I can store. If other than that, there is a no chance of getting that more than 15 characters. That's why I just defined as an what? 15, sir. That's all. Okay. Sir, definitely when you are defining the varchar, you need to define the limit of the varchar, sir. Okay. So when you are using like as in the varchar, sir, definitely you need to define like as in the limit of that varchar. How many characters you want? 50 characters you want, or 100 characters you want, or 200 characters you want. So you when you are defining the number data type, there is no provision for you to define the limit. Okay. So in the tomorrow session, we will get a clarity when you are working with the data types, sir. Okay. Yes. For a number, you cannot define the limit. Okay. For a varchar only, you can define the limit. Okay. Yes. No, sir. As of now, there is a no limit. As of now, there is a no limit for the customer ID. Okay. As well as age. Okay. Location also, which will contains what? 50 characters. Okay. This is what the creator table commands are. Hope you guys are comfortable. Hope you guys are comfortable, the non-IT people. How to create a database. Yes. Okay. Sir, if the limit is so, sir, if you are not writing the limit, then it will throw you an error, sir. If you are not defining the limit when you are defining the varchar, it will throw you an error. Okay, it will throw you an error, sir. Understand? Okay, so let us create the table, sir. Let us create the table. Okay, let us create the table. Yeah, customer number and the customer number. Okay, customer number is only the numbers, right, sir? Yes. So max of 50 or 50 Vishnu, like it can the max of 50 means nothing but an up to 50 characters only. It cannot store more than 50. It will give you an error if you are storing more than 50. Why we should not use the character instead of varchar? So character is a variable length. Character is a fixed length, sir. If you define the character with 100 means, okay, it will create like as an 100 bytes of memory for you. Out of 100 bytes, if your name is only 5 characters means, it will allocate you 100 bytes, not 5. Okay, we'll talk about the details in the going forward in the next session. Yeah, it's up to your wish. It's up to your wish. Okay. Yeah, it's up to your wish, guys. So whether you want to define the customer name as a 50 characters or 100 characters. Okay. Yes. Okay, fine. Let us create the table, sir. Okay. Let us create the table. Okay, let us create the table. Okay, I'm going to create a, yes, sir. You can use either command prompt. Okay, either you can use like as in the command prompt or SQL developer, sir. Initially, we will work with a command line interface. Then we will switch on to the GUI interface of SQL developer, sir. Initially, you guys just need to habituate for writing the commands in the CLI interface. That would be an better. Okay, so that you will get command on writing the commands, sir. Okay, yeah. So I would like to connect to my database. Okay, connect. So Mahesh is my username. Okay, and Ashok IT is my password. Connected to my user account. Show user, sir. Okay, Mahesh got created, sir. Mahesh got, I just logged into what? Mahesh account. Okay, so create a table name that is nothing but an what? Demo underscore customers. Okay, demo underscore customers, where customer ID. Okay, so customer ID that is nothing but an what? Number column. Okay, and the customer name that is nothing but an what? Varchar of varchar of what? So 50 characters. Okay, and then what? The gender, sir. Gender, it's nothing but an what? Varchar of what? 15 characters. Okay, yes. And then the next one is what? Age, sir. Age is nothing but an what? Number, sir. Okay, and then location, sir. Okay, customer location, that is nothing but an varchar of 50 characters, sir. Okay, yes. So close the create command. Hope you guys are comfortable how I typed the command in the SQL command line. Come on, guys. Create a table. Table name. My table name is what? Demo underscore customers. And customer ID is the first column name. Second column name is customer name. Third column name will be what? Gender. Fourth column name will be what? Age. And the fifth column name will be what? Location, sir. Okay. Hit on the enter, sir. Hit on the enter. Okay. So what it is saying that one, sir? It is already there. It is already there in the, the name is already used by existing object, sir. Just verify that one, sir. Select a star from demo underscore. Maybe we created earlier, I believe. Okay. So we have already one predefined table for that, sir. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So let us see here, sir. Okay. Create a table. Customer ID. Customer name. Just use like as an up and down arrows, sir. Up and down arrows. Varchar, age, location, and then what? This one, sir. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, again we did mistake. 1 minute, sir. Okay, small mistake we did here. Just a minute. Okay, not demo underscore customers. You can make it what? Ashok IT underscore customers. Okay, Ashok IT related customers information. Okay, so the table name is what? Customer ID and customer name. Okay, it's gender. Okay, gender, age, and the location. Yeah. See, sir, the table got created, sir. The table got created. Table got created. Right or not? What is the table name, sir, we created here? Writing, what is the table name, sir? What is the table name we created, sir? Ashok IT underscore customers, sir. Okay. Ashok IT underscore customers, sir. That is what the table name. Okay. That is what like as in the table name. And where we define like as in the columns, customer ID, customer name, gender, age, and the location. Right or not? How many columns we just decided, sir? 5 columns, right? That 5 columns we created or not? Yes. Hope you guys are comfortable how to create a table in the SQL command line interface. Can you guys please confirm on it? Yeah, fine, sir. Now, after creating the table, what is the second step, sir? After creating the table, what is an output you are going to get here, sir? What is the output you are going to get? Table created. Okay, table created, sir. You are going to get like as an output called what? Table created. This is what SQL prompt. Okay, yes. Okay, then, sir. This is what like step 1. Step 1 we created, sir. Step 1 is nothing but on what? Step 1. This is step 1, sir. Step 1 we created the table. We created the database case. Okay. Step 1 we are done. What is the step 2, guys? What is the step 2? Okay. Yeah. Sir, see, sir, simple. Create a table, something like test underscore demo, open bracket, hit enter. It will give you the next line. Okay. Something like test underscore number. Okay. Comma. Next line. Hit on the enter. Test 1. Nothing but on what? Varchar 2 of varchar of what? So 40, comma, hit enter. Test 2. You can create in this way, sir. Okay. You can try in this way. Understand? Some people are saying that, sir, when you're hitting the enter, so we are getting some kind of an error. So see, sir, in my case, I'm not getting any error. Understand? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fine, sir. Okay, sir. So we just created the table, sir. We just created like as in the table. Step 2, sir. Step 2 for what? Step 2. Just step 2 for inserting the data. Inserting the data into the database table using by using what? DML command. Okay, by using what? The DML command, that is nothing but an insert, sir. Okay. So syntax for insert command, sir. Syntax for insert command. Okay. So what is the syntax for insert command, sir? Okay. Yeah. Observe carefully, sir. Observe carefully. The first syntax, sir. Insert into, okay, table name. Insert into table name. Okay. Insert into table name followed by open bracket and close bracket. And you just need to specify the column names. Column name underscore 1, comma, column name underscore 2. You just need to specify the column names, sir, explicitly. Okay, you need to specify like as in the column names up to what? Whatever the columns are there. So n number of columns you need to specify here. That is column name of n, sir. Okay. And then see, sir, insert into. Insert is the one of the predefined word. Into is also another predefined word. And this is nothing but on the table name, sir. Okay, table name. So table name is what? Ashok IT underscore customers, sir. Whatever the column, whatever the values you wanted to supply for those columns, you need to mention here, sir. Column 1, column 2, so on to column n. Whatever the columns you have in under the table, those many number of columns you can add it here, sir. Understand? Yes, we just created an only empty table, sir. Shweta Deshmukh. We just created only the database structure. That's all. We do not have the data. We do not have the data here. We just have the structure. We do not have the data. Okay. Yes. Insert into table name, column names. You need to specify the column names, sir. Okay. And then for these columns, you need to specify like as in what? Okay. You need to specify the values for these columns as well, sir. Okay. So that is values of value one. So value one for what? Column name one, column one. Okay. Then value two for what? Column two, and so on. Value n. That's all. Hope you guys are comfortable. This is what like as in the syntax for what? Insert command, sir. Okay. Insert into table name. Okay. And then followed by column names, and then followed by what? Values of what? You can specify the values of the respective the columns. That's all. Okay. Yes. This is the one way of writing that insert command, sir. So the example is, okay. The example for this, the syntax is, observe carefully, sir. Insert into Ashok IT underscore customers. Okay. Then followed by what? Customer ID. Okay. Customer ID. And then followed by customer name and gender. Okay. Age and the location, sir. Okay. And the location. And the values are nothing but on what? Something like 01 customer. Okay. It's Mahesh. Okay. So Mahesh, customer name is varchar, right? Alphanumeric. That should be defined in what? In Java, strings are represented as in what? Double quotes. In a database, strings are represented as in what? Single quotes, sir. Okay. In Java, the double quotes or strings are always represented as in what? Double quotes. In database, the strings are represented in what? Single quotes. Okay. Yes. Mahesh, and then followed by what? Gender as male, and the age is what? 35. Okay. And then the location is what? Hyderabad, sir. Okay. This is how the data we are inserting into the table. Understand, sir? The column names, whatever the column names you have mentioned here, that column names, the value should be match. Otherwise, it will give you an error for you. Okay. You can insert one more record as well. You can insert one more record for what? Okay. Another customer information, that is 02. Okay. 02, nothing but on what? Ashok as well. Okay. I'm just giving as in the customer name as in what? Ashok. Clear? This is the first syntax, sir. Yes, sir. If you have the 50 columns, if you have the 50 columns in the database, definitely you need to write like as in the 50 column names here, sir. That will be the taking as in the some time taking process. To simplify that process, they given like as in the another way of defining that the syntax, sir, for writing the syntax. Okay. Yes. Insert into, okay, insert into the table name. Okay. Insert into table name, then values of, you can specify the value of straight away as it is. Value 2, and then value 3, and then value 4. Okay. So on, then value n. You can make it. Understand, guys? This is the simple way of writing the insert command, sir. This is the simple way of writing like as in the insert command. The example for this one is what? Okay. The example is nothing but on what, sir? Insert into Ashok IT underscore customers. Okay. Values of what? Something 03 Rajesh. Okay. Rajesh, and the age will be what? Something 40. And sorry, gender will be what? Male. Okay. Gender is nothing but on what? Male. Okay. And then age 40, and then what? Something like Mumbai, sir. Okay. Location. This is what like as in the syntax for inserting the data into the database, guys. Second syntax for inserting the data into the database. Yes, sir. Satvik, one insert command will create one tuple of information. One tuple means nothing but one row of information, Satvik. Okay. Clear? Yes. Okay. Let us try to insert the records, sir. Let us try to insert the records. Okay. Insert into Okay, insert into Ashok IT underscore customers of. Okay, so customer ID, comma, customer name, comma, gender, okay, age, okay, then what? The location, sir. Location. Okay, hit on the enter. Then values of what? Customer ID as an 1, and then what? Mahesh, and then male. Okay, age will be what? 35, and then what? The location will be what? Hyderabad, sir. Yes. See, sir, one row got inserted or not? One row got inserted or not, sir? Okay. If I want to insert like one more row, then see, sir, use like as in what? Use what, sir? Up and down arrows. Up and down arrows. You will use same command. So you just need to change the values. You need to change the values. 0 to what? It is nothing but an Ashok. Okay. Something like Hyderabad. Second row. Sorry. 1 minute. Yeah. The second row got created. Second row got created. At a time, only one row will be created, sir. At a time, only one row will be created. Okay. Yes. So another syntax we have, right? Insert into Ashok IT underscore customers of, okay, values. You can use it 03 something Rajesh, okay, something Rajesh, and the value is what? Male, okay, age will be the 40, and the location is nothing but an what? Mumbai, sir. Mumbai. That's all, sir. Yes. So the two syntaxes are working as expected or not? Yeah. Okay. Fine. The two syntaxes are worked as expected or not, sir? The two syntaxes has worked as expected or not? Yes, sir. We are inserted the data into the database. Now, tell me, how can you see the database? What is the step 2, sir? What is the step 3? Step 2 is done for what? Inserting the data. Okay. We have the another syntax as well that we will see in the tomorrow session, sir. Okay. That we will see in the tomorrow session. Step 3. Step 3 for what, sir? So just validating the information by selecting the data from the database table, sir. By selecting what? The data from the database table. Okay. By using, okay, using the command called what? Using like as in the command called what? So using like as in the DRL command, sir. Using what? The DRL command, that is nothing but an select, sir. Okay. So the example, so syntax, sir. Okay. Syntax for the select command, sir. Syntax for select command as of now. Okay. Syntax for select command. Okay. What is the syntax for select command, guys? Okay. Select command always starts with what? Select word, sir. Okay. And star indicates all the columns from the table. All the columns from the table. From is the keyword, sir. From which table you need to specify. That is the table name, sir. This is what the thing, sir. Okay. This is what the syntax. Okay. It retrieves all the information from the given table, sir. From the given table. Okay. What is the example for that, sir? What is the example for that? Okay. What is the example for that? Select star from Ashok IT underscore customers, sir. Okay. Yes. This is the step 3, sir. So just validate that one, sir. Okay. Validate that one. Select star from, okay, Ashok IT underscore customers. See, sir, the 3 records information we have or not? The 3 records information we have or not? Mahesh information, Ashok information, and so Rajesh information. Sir, I could not see the information in the proper formatted, sir. That is what the question you may get. Okay, so information is not properly formatted, sir. Here you need to change the you need to set some format. Set line size Just set line size as an what? 300, sir. Okay. Set line size as an what? 300. Okay. Then you can verify now. Select a star from Ashok IT underscore customers, sir. See, sir. Now we are getting the things. Okay. Row wise information we are getting or not. If you want to select the data as well, you can select it. Okay. We have already the Mahesh connection, right? Just open that connection here. Just open that connection. Just open that connection, guys, and type the command. Select star from Ashok IT underscore customers, sir. Select star from Ashok IT underscore customers. See here, the data is not getting, sir. Okay, you need to commit the data. 1 minute. Commit the data. You can fresh it. So see, sir, data got inserted successfully, but you need to perform like as in the commit, sir. Transaction control statement. You just need to use what? Commit. Then only the data will be saved into the database permanently. Okay, then only the data will be saved into the database permanently, sir. So we are able to see that information or not through GUI tool and as well as CLI tool. Come on, guys. Okay, yes. Fine, sir. These are the 3 steps, sir. These are the 3 steps you guys need to follow for just for creating the database table and inserting the database table, inserting the data into the database table and selecting the data from the database table, sir. Okay. Yes. So we have like as on the third syntax for what? Creating the inserting the records. Okay. Insert into table name. Okay. Insert into what? Table name. And then values of what? You can use like as an ampersand customer ID. Okay. Ampersand customer ID. And then what? Ampersand customer name. Okay. And single quotes. This is another syntax, guys. This is another syntax. Keep on, you can add the records to the table. Okay, customer name, that is nothing but an what? Gender. Okay, and this is nothing but an what? Ampersand of what? Age. Okay, and then what? Ampersand of, okay, ampersand of location, sir. Sir, if you are not providing the single quotes for these columns, means when you are giving the input, you need to specify like as in the single quotes, sir. Okay, yeah, otherwise let us do one thing. We'll remove from here. Okay, yes, this is another command, sir. This is another command for inserting the data into the table. Understand? Keep on, it is going to ask you the records when you are inserting the data. See here. Okay, yes. Insert into Ashok IT underscore customers of values, customer ID, okay, comma, customer name, okay, comma, gender, ampersand gender, ampersand age, and ampersand what? Location, sir. See, sir, it is automatically it is prompting you what? The customer ID as 04. Customer name, something Ravi. Customer gender, it's like as in the male. Okay, age as in what? 45. So location as in what? Something Delhi. Okay, yes. So Delhi, that's all. So see, sir, one row got inserted. One row got inserted, sir. Okay, one row got inserted. So again, you can use a slash symbol, sir. Again, you will use slash symbol to repeat the command. Okay, customer ID 05, something Rani. Okay, something like as in the Rani, and gender as in what? Female. Okay, female, and the age is 25. Okay, and address, so location is what? Hyderabad. So observe carefully, sir. Error at what? At this line. Why? Because Rani is a string, right? You need to specify in the double quotes. You need to specify in the single quotes, right? That is what the problem. So see, sir. So it's 5th customer and customer name is Rani and customer gender is what? Female. Okay. Customer age is what? 25. and customer location is what? Hyderabad, sir. Customer location is what? Hyderabad. That's all. One row got created. I would like to execute one more time. Slash. Customer name is 6. Okay. Something like 6. Okay. The customer name is something like Sandhya. Okay. And customer gender is what? Female. Okay. And age is 35. Okay. Location is nothing but an USA. That's all. One row got created. Just insert the couple of records and commit it, sir. And you can select the database. Select a star from what? Ashok IT underscore customers, sir. That's all. Total 6 records are there or not? Total 6 records are there or not, sir? Okay. This is how you can execute some sort of command repetitively to provide the supply the values of the particular supply the values by record, sir. Understand, sir? As it is, you can supply it here. Then it will keep on asking you, so what? The record by record information. Clear? Any doubts? Any doubts, guys? So will you able to practice the things in your local mission by using CLI by today? Before attending the tomorrow session. So will you practice the things and come back for the tomorrow session? Yes, sir. I cannot able to send the notes. You can get the notes from GitHub. Okay. You just need to get the notes from the GitHub, sir. I'm not going to send you the notes. Okay. We'll be sharing you the notes in the GitHub. So just try to collect that notes from there. Okay. Okay then. So this is all about for the today's session, guys. Okay. So I just to share you that link as well. Just go through the link and download the notes within the next 5 minutes. Okay. Yes. Any questions? If anybody having the questions, please raise your hand, sir. Kaushik, I guess I just given you the unmute option for you. You go ahead with your question.
Hello. Sir,
Yes, Kaushik. Go ahead.
Sir, we are using char integer, but char is a single character now, sir. How can we store the group of characters in the?
Yeah, that is the varchar, right?
What is the meaning of varchar?
So varchar is nothing. See, in the char also, generally the char means it's nothing but a single character, either A or B or C, right? So
Yes.
when you are defining the char of 50 means it's representing as an what 50 characters. Okay.
In the place of varchar, we can keep the string also. It will be executed, sir.
No. So string we do not have the data type, right? You're talking about this one, right? String. You're talking. You cannot use the string, sir. String we do not have any predefined data type in Oracle. Do we have that one? Kaushik, are you there? It's up to your wish, this one. Kaushik, are you there? Yeah, I given you the unmute option.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So char of 50 means 50 characters, Kaushik. Varchar representation is what? Just you can hold any type of value, either in the character or alphanumeric.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Tomorrow
Okay,
we'll see that the things. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Raju, I given you the unmute option for you. Raju, Rajesh.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
Sir, after inserting data in SQL command,
Uh,
it automatically saves that data, or we should shortcut key to save that data?
sorry, sir. Can you come again?
Sir, we are entering all values in SQL command now, sir.
Correct.
Automatically, it is saving the data, or we should
You just need to perform the commit operation, sir. Okay, then only the data will be persisted into the database permanently.
You are using commas and. We are using
Yes.
and, no sir. Why we have to use and comma?
Comma is nothing but an what separation of columns, right?
Comma represents separation of columns.
Columns.
And sir?
And is for what? Group of records. Every time I could not pass the command insert into such bala bala, right? I cannot type the command every time, right, sir?
Actually, my doubt is we are separating by using and, no sir. Again,
No. So ampersand of customer ID means keep on, it will ask you the records for customer ID. Okay, ampersand of customer name, ampersand of gender. So see, sir, when I am using like as in the slash here, see, sir, just a minute. Okay, command got missed. Yeah, see here, customer. So it is asking you the customer ID, right? It is asking you the customer ID 07 something Satya. Okay, Satya is on the customer name.
Sir, actually, it acts like a loop.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying, that
Okay.
It's grouping. I mean to say it's taking like the bunch of records or grouping of records.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Clear. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Any other questions, sir? Okay, then. Sir, someone share the screenshot, right? That varchar is a spell mistake, sir. Srinivas Reddy. Varchar spelling mistake is there. Okay. And line number, so price, product price you just mentioned as in the number, right? You are closing that brackets. Syntactical errors are there. Please verify. Okay, then. That's all for today, guys. We'll meet you on the tomorrow. Have a nice day. So good night. Bye-bye. Das, I given you unmute option for you. Just go ahead with your question.
Yes, sir. Sir, what